Up, up, down, down, left, right. Then B-A start, the screen goes white. It's the cracker, Whitey Cracker, the game genie. 8 bits with the 8-inch weenie. I don't break bricks, I'm not Mario, but I'm still old school like Atari, yo. I'm the highly freestyly Dr. Wily. Beat me 3 times and you win a smiley. Underground like the sewer where I kick it with rap. Yodel back, Ninja Turtles, Cowabunga, where you at? Jump on the can and the bricks where I'm landing. Gotta get the Triforce, gotta begin. And they called him the wizard in California. Power glove on my wrist, just had to warn ya. Pitter patter on the power pad, track the field. Or be like Rue's dad and get your chest peeled.
Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Yeah.
In between neighborhood laser tagging, we'd all get together for some double dragging. Helicopter kick Bobo off the roof. Have all his henchmen like what the hoof. Then we butt heads with battle toads. Double tapping right to run that foe. Sometimes I hit him with the double fist. Then pop those raps just like assist. It kinda sucks now cause my nest blinks red. I blow and blow but all my games are dead. Thank God for ROMs and Nesticle. Played at every geek rap festival. This is the nerd rap entertainment system. And I hope you like the rhyme I spit. Cause the Whitey Cracker stay nerd forever. If you wanna repeat, just hit reset. Yeah.
Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Yeah.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony, TGD. And I am joined by the movie expert, the film critic extraordinaire, and of course, our good friend Blinded Braille. What's up, Blinded?
What's up? What's up, Justy, Carl? What's up?
Blinded in the chat.
Yeah, my other self.
So this is like a test stream almost. Usually we talk video games, we talk all that other nerd shit. But we're going to be talking movies and TV shows tonight. We're going to be mixing it up, see how that goes. If we get a good response, then we'll continue and add that into our regularly scheduled programming here on the Geek Getaway. I do have a couple people that I sent links to if they wanted to pop in. We'll see if they show up or not. I know there's some drama going on in the community, so some people are otherwise occupied. But I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good, Blinded?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I want to talk about some news.
I was going to call it Monday Movies and Entertainment, but some people said that it wasn't a good name.
That might be too on the nose.
That might be. What about Willow? What are you doing talking and not addressing Willow? What do you think about it? I haven't seen Willow. I've not seen
Same.
Willow, Carl. I wasn't interested in it. I didn't think there was any story left to be told in the Willow franchise, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I didn't even really like the movie. So sorry, Carl. It's not my thing.
Justin said you had a good live stream on Sunday. You had a good live stream on Sunday?
Yes. Yeah, I did a solo stream. So I'm going to be working on that. Oh, what's up, Blue Jay? We were just on a stream yesterday. Me and Blue Jay.
You guys are cheating on me?
Oh.
What's up, Blue Jay?
You there?
I keep seeing him unmute his mic, but not saying anything.
Yeah, maybe I think type in the chat if you have issues.
Sounds like he's having issues.
All right.
First show out of the gate and already having issues. What's up, George? George is in the chat.
Yeah. What's up, George?
So I got a few things, a few articles we're going to go over. We're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about Ant-Man 3. It's a second week box office collapse. We're talking about Shazam's box office projections. Steven Yeun, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from The Walking Dead, is joining the Thunderbolts cast. Might speculate as to who he might be. Of course, we're going to talk about The Flash Season 9 and spoilers for who some of the villains might be. Disney reducing budgets on the Marvel and Star Wars TV shows. And, of course, DC Studios confirming the return of yet another Suicide Squad actor. Man, James Gunn is just really abusing his power, bringing back these Suicide Squad people. How that's going to fit into the DCU, it's anyone's guess. Dang, the Flash still running. One more season. This is the last one.
Yep. To be honest, I'm not a fan of that show, so I'm going to be kind of quiet on that Flash news.
How are you not a Flash fan?
I'm not a CW fan at all. I watched like the first season of each show, never liked it. The only one I got pretty deep into it was Legends of Tomorrow, which is a weird show.
That was the worst one too. That was so woke.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Legends of Tomorrow was.
I just like the randomness of it. Like like all the characters were all over the place.
Obama. Okay, they saved.
I never said they save Obama. I must have not gotten that far.
About how like the future is going to be like change. You could believe it. Like it is just like
oh my god,
like so ridiculous.
Just wow. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
you. A little
you.
low.
Okay. For some reason, I was plugged in, but it doesn't do anything. That's weird. That's fine. Okay.
So, how you been doing, Blue Jay?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. It's a pretty interesting day, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, it's always an interesting day on the YouTubes.
Oh yeah. You know, we ain't gonna get into all that stuff. Let's talk about some good stuff.
Talk about some good stuff. So we're gonna start off with Disney and their budget woes. This is from the Direct. Disney aims to reduce budget of Marvel, Star Wars, Disney Plus shows.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say initial thoughts. I don't think this sounds good. This sounds like it's gonna be a disaster. There was issues with the She-Hulk show as far as like the budget and the CGI not looking great, and now we're gonna reduce the budgets even more.
I think during a time when they were just like just oversaturating all this other stuff, and then they just had to do some shortcuts and stuff with all these Marvel shows and some of these movies too. And to say that they're going to just reduce these are expensive freaking shows. Then a lot of money's been thrown out and just put them on a streaming service. And I'm like, where the money is at?
Jesse says, dang, so Star Wars going from bad to worse?
As always.
DL, I agree. The problem is not the budget. The problem is the writing. Well, I think maybe the budget might be the problem because paying their writers enough to make good shit could be an issue.
It could be both. I don't know. It's subjective, and it could be both though. You're right though.
I mean, you're obviously going to spend money on writers, and if you go cheap on your writers, you're going to have crappy shows. CGI is not going to help you if the show is written bad.
Yep.
All right. So this is by Dave Thompson. Ooh, I wonder if he's the Wendy's guy. He's moonlighting as a writer for the Direct. Former and current Disney CEO Bob Iger recently highlighted the company's core brands, including Marvel and Star Wars, focusing on franchises' importance, but also how they can reduce the cost in the future. In late November, it was announced that Bob Iger, who was Disney CEO from 2005 to 2020, would replace his successor, Bob Chapek, effective immediately. The news shocked the entertainment world and will be remembered. What? I don't need all this shit. We're going to skip all that. Bob Iger revamping strategies for Marvel, Star Wars. All right. After Disney's recent Q1 earnings call, Disney CEO Bob Iger spoke about the company's previous missteps in relation to pricing, chasing Disney Plus subscriptions, and reducing overall cost. Well, first off, they totally screwed up when they lost the Cricket Premier League, and then they lost all those subscribers with like 2 million Indian subscribers.
Yep.
Yeah. So that could be an issue right there. Iger emphasized the marquee brands and franchises of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars were all mentioned, all of which were unsurprisingly acquired by Disney during Iger's initial 15-year run as CEO. When discussing those franchises, including James Cameron's Avatar, Iger said, quote, "We've had higher returns on those businesses over the years, so that makes a lot of sense." Wow, that's a really crappy quote because I don't know what the hell he was talking about. Good job, Direct. The CEO was clear in expressing his goals. We have to be better at curating all the company's most popular brands in theaters and on Disney+. The proof is in the pudding as Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, and Zootopia 2 were all recently announced to be in production. And not a single one of those is a Marvel, Star Wars, or Avatar project.
Which is, one out of the two, I'm actually not that at Toy Story 5. I don't know why. I mean, I get it, it's their moneymaker, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, None of this makes any sense. Toy Story 3 ended so perfect.
Yeah, I like 4. I didn't think that was all that necessary. Frozen 3, that's a given. I mean, it's Disney can just milk whatever they can out of that thing. And Zootopia 2, I actually liked Zootopia a lot. I mean, but maybe they can make that work. It's a wait and see for me. But I mean, I'm still going to watch all 3 of them.
Yeah, I'll watch all 3 on Disney Plus when they show up.
Pretty much. I didn't watch Frozen 2, but I would watch the other 2.
Yeah, I didn't see that in theaters, but I saw it on Disney Plus. I kind of liked it more than the first sometimes, to be honest.
I've never seen the first Frozen. Sidekick, it's too old for that. I avoided all that.
I like the first Frozen. I remember at the time it was just everywhere. I just kind of got sick of it. The movie's still good though.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
I think the issue with Toy Story for me is, like I said, Toy Story 3 ended like perfect. It was like the perfect ending to the franchise. Toy Story 4 should have been new toys, right? Same concept. You could have a new child because obviously Andy's grown up. He's gone to college. He doesn't need toys anymore. You didn't necessarily have to keep with Woody, Buzz, and all of them, right? You could have introduced new toys because it's been like 10 years, right? The world has evolved. There's new toys coming out. Introduce some new characters. These toys from the original Toy Story didn't exist in the real world until Toy Story existed, right? So you could make new stuff.
Well, you can just call it.
I feel like the new stuff would just be Disney toys. You know what I mean? Toys. Like Marvel toys and Star Wars toys. Like if that did happen, oh man, I would hate that.
See, that's a lot of like just brand and stuff. Like you would have called like Toy Story a new generation.
Yeah.
Well, I do agree.
Story.
Oh my god!
Toy Story story.
Well, see, my only thing is, out of all these 3 sequels, why? Okay, Toy Story 5. You know what? I can take a Frozen 3 and a Zootopia 2. You could have just made Incredibles 3, like what DL was saying. Incredibles 3. Yeah. Come on now. The last one made $1 billion. I was like, come on. Like, there's a lot more potential in that one than just doing another Toy Story movie.
Or another Pixar sequel. Like I wouldn't mind a Monsters Inc. sequel.
Another one?
Well, the one that we got was a prequel, and it was just weird. Like I didn't like Monsters University.
I like Monsters University. Okay, I don't watch as much as Monsters Inc., but I liked it fine.
If we're just gonna even if it doesn't make sense, they should just make sequels to their movies that didn't get sequels. Because then I'm sure that would get a lot of buzz, and people would be like, "Oh, they're making a sequel to WALL-E," and people would be curious. It wouldn't make any sense.
It would make sense for a WALL-E sequel. That's probably one of the ones that would make the most sense.
I want do it. They should do it.
Well,
right? They got the plant at the end of Wall-E. They got the plant, and the people were redoing the Earth, and you could show the problems that they're having, and Wall-E's going out, and maybe there's evil robots in some part of the world because the world's still fucked up, right? It's not like we got one plant and the world's saved, right? They still got to do shit.
True. I can see. Well, I can see like there's certain movies that Pixar have like they don't even need sequels. I can see. I can totally see. Well, let's see. Well, there's Incredibles 3.
They need another planes.
Well, no
ships. I want a ships movie.
Ships. Oh my freaking gosh. Ships. What else? I mean, we're getting an Inside Out 2, which I'm actually looking forward to. That one I think makes sense. They want to explore like the other thing around Riley and stuff. That's the one I'm looking forward to. Cars was the start of the downfall of Pixar.
Cars is just basically Doc Hollywood. If you ever seen Doc Hollywood, it's like almost beat for beat the same movie.
Cars was the start of downfall of Pixar. Yeah, after that we still got good gems like Ratatouille, Up, Wall-E, and Toy Story 3. I think they're fine.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, I want to get to this comment from DL. He said all three of them are critical darlings and made billions of dollars. No reason not to make another one. Well, that's the thing, right? They made money because they're really good movies. They're not necessarily going to be able to duplicate that success just because we're making a sequel on it, right? It has to be up to the same standard. And if you've ended the movie in such a way that there really isn't a good sequel to come out of, like Zootopia, what is left to tell in that story? They brought all the predators and the prey together. What's left?
I mean, they did. I mean, I like there's certain movies that don't need sequels. I mean, sometimes they come out pretty good that they could work. I don't know. I'm just at Frozen 3 and Zootopia 2. I'm looking forward to Toy Story 5. I mean, I love Toy Story in general. I'll go see it. I don't know what they're like. What more can you do? That's my question.
No, that's how they ended up with all those directed to VHS movies, right? Like Cinderella. Find out what happens after Happily Ever After. It's like nothing happens. Right? There's nothing to go on. Like, there's no villain. She's just Cinderella hanging out at the castle.
Pocahontas 2. Everybody wants to go to that.
Oh man.
Pocahontas 2.
All right. So additionally, Iger said the budget for these projects on the small and big screens have gotten extraordinarily expensive. That's because you put all the big names in it, right? You have like a Toy Story and there's like 27 big name actors doing voices. He's not lying. With Black Panther Wakanda Forever reportedly costing $250 million to make, and Harrison Ford's return in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny coming to a nearly $300 million price tag. The most expensive film in Lucasfilm history. I actually heard, and now
really,
yeah,
is that even true? I thought that was bullshit.
I heard it was true, but that's what I was gonna say. Right, there's a caveat on it. Supposedly, because they filmed in various locations around the world for the Indiana Jones movie, they're basically gonna get a bunch of tax write-offs, and that it should the actual price tag is gonna come down, right? Like you spent $300 million, and then when you start getting things back for your tax write-offs and all the grants from the different countries and stuff, that should come down by $200 million.
I think I think I looked it up. It's like $294.7 million. Jesus Christ.
No, man. Yeah, but like I said, you're going to end up getting a bunch of that back. Apparently.
Yeah.
Sean O'Rourke did a good video on it where he basically said that, they're going to get all this money back from filming in all the different locations, right? That the movie's going to end up costing way less, that they're almost breaking even.
Given the fact that this movie's coming out also in June with all the other movies being packed in that month, I'm
skeptical too.
Plus, I'm skeptical. They're going to be good. I know doubt they're going to be good, but financially, we'll have to wait and see.
I don't know if it's going to be good, Blue Jay. I know some people like the Indiana Jones and how's it called? The last one.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah, I hated that movie.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really likes that movie. It's a small minority of people.
Well, those people are. They're lost. If it's like the Crystal Skull in tone, and it's not gonna.
Well, I mean, if you got James Mangold on the thing, I think it'll be okay. I don't know. Anything could happen with a director of that caliber.
Yeah.
And
I actually hope that they sort of write out Crystal Skull like it doesn't exist anymore.
just
Kind of like the Young Indiana Jones. You know, Disney Plus actually took out in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. There's scenes of an older Indy with like a eye patch and stuff. They've actually taken those out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So people are now speculating that Indiana Jones might die at the end of this movie because they're getting rid of the evidence that he existed far into the future.
I don't see. I heard that rumor. I don't believe that because that sounds like something you see from the Flash, like from those Flash rumors and stuff. I don't. That sounds too ridiculous to me.
Well, yeah, but that's why I said it's based on the fact that there is an old Indiana Jones character in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, like because he's going over his life, right? He's like, "Hey, this is what happened to me when I was like 15," and he tells us the story or whatever. They took those parts out, so you don't get the older Indiana Jones. You get like the Harrison Ford Indy, the kid, but you don't get the grandpa Indy. He doesn't exist no more.
That's so.
Well, didn't they have some rights issues with that show?
They might have,
because it might not be canon because of that.
DL says he actually liked the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Over Temple of Doom? Oh, no way. No. Like the first half. Okay, so Crystal Skull is not completely terrible, right? If you watch like the first half of the movie and just stop right there, it's a perfect Indiana Jones movie. It's when it keeps going. You're like, wait a minute. This is garbage.
No,
there's space aliens and they're talking in his brain and
it sounds like a George Lucas idea.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking weird it doesn't make any sense.
All right, it says when Disney Plus first launched in late 2019, reports swirled that each installment of The Mandalorian had a budget of approximately $15 million, while Marvel shows like WandaVision and Hawkeye would budget as much as $25 million per episode. It's unlikely these costs. What?
Oh no, you finished. I'm sorry, I didn't know you was coming on.
It's unlikely these costs decreased for the franchise's marquee series during the pandemic.
When you say that Hawkeye costs $25 million per episode, I don't see it.
Yeah, that seems insane.
No,
what
I don't think. Well, see, I think here's the qualifier, right? As much as.
Oh, so it's like an estimate, or in between.
What it means is, if one episode costs $25 million, then you could
Not
say
all
all of them cost as much as
this.
It's $25 million, right? The rest of them could have been like $2 million each, but because that one costed $25, as much as.
My only problem is that like sometimes they don't need to go over budget. Like especially with like because nowadays like with the whole I think we're past the pandemic and stuff like that, and then I feel like with Pixar, this is my I like their movies. They don't need their movies are too expensive. Their movies are too like they have really good detailed animation. Like I mean, it's Pixar or whatever, even Disney. But their last movies, Lightyear bombed because that's $200 million. Strange World, that movie barely got marketed, and that's $80 million. And then really this year, like how much Turning Red costs? A movie about a girl a coming of age film turned.
I watched that. It was good.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but that movie costs $175 million.
Yeah, but I think didn't both Turning Red and Strange World go straight to Disney Plus?
Strange World was in theaters, but a month later went to Disney Plus with little to no marketing.
Yeah, and I know Turning Red went straight to Disney Plus. So there's no way you're going to recoup any of your money if you're like, here's a $180 million movie. It's on Disney Plus. Like no one is getting a subscription to Disney Plus for Turning Red. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I Turning Red was pretty good. It was good. I didn't see that. I mean, it could have been me. I guess it could have should have been in theaters. Like, I mean, at the time, back in March, that we were getting stuff like Scream did well, like that Jackass movie was doing well. I mean, and then
And the Batman.
The Batman came out in the same month as Turning Red,
Hmm.
and I mean, sure, it was making money, but I can see Turning Red having a little bit of more money.
Yeah, but like Lightyear, I saw Lightyear. It's just a
I
bad
did.
movie.
I
I
like that movie.
Did
see.
you?
I did. I did. I just think it was over. I just think that people just it's. Sometimes I just think it's
Well,
unjustified being hated.
I don't hate it, right? I don't hate the movie, but
Well, no,
Mhm.
I know, but
it
it's
has
like
two conflicting messages. One message is Buzz is like never give up, right? He's like doesn't matter if you guys have all given up, I'm gonna get us home. My determination is gonna take us home. Never give up. And then they're like, no, just fucking give up. Like there's no point. Why are you doing it?
I didn't really see it as him giving up. I thought it was more about his perfectionism that just like led him to being obsessed. That's why I kind of like the
He wasn't
movie.
a perfectionist. He was literally just trying to get home, and then it took him so
Well,
long.
he was a perfectionist. I mean, they even call him that in the movie
But
because he
I didn't
kept
really
going
see
on
it.
and on.
But it wasn't really about being perfect, right? He just wanted to
Well,
accomplish his mission,
well, yeah, he
which is to
had
get
to
them home.
be perfect because he couldn't get them home, right?
Yeah,
So that's why he kept doing it over and over and over again, right? So
yeah, but that
I
was
mean, I
his
guess
yeah,
you could see it
determination.
both ways.
yeah.
I see it more as perfectionism because it was like he was just so obsessed with trying to be so perfect, right? Where it was like a detriment to what he was trying to succeed. And even when something failed and actually brought something kind of good, right? Because they built a sort of a mini civilization, he just was like, no, that's not what we were supposed to do, right? We were supposed to finish the mission and it was supposed to go perfectly, right? So you couldn't really see that failure could bring out something good,
Yeah, I
right?
can get that. Again, I don't see it
Yeah.
as perfectionist. Maybe he's too much on mission, right? He
Mm.
couldn't see life for what it is because he was so determined to do his goal. Like by going after his goal, he missed living a life, right? Because
Mm.
he was trying to
Right.
accomplish this one thing. And I get that, right? It's a decent message. It's pretty deep, right? Like maybe
Mm.
sometimes stop and breathe, stop and smell the roses, as they say, right?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
then at the end, they're like, oh yeah, Zurg is now Buzz, and he wants
Mm.
to go back in time. But how is that going to fix it? Because he's already old, so it's not like it's going to fix it. Also, those
Mm.
people that were in his like team were all like losers.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Taiko TD and all of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of them was Taika in it.
It's like, oh yeah,
Which
this one's a thief and this one's an idiot. And
Yeah, them I could have maybe not have in the movie, just the daughter of his friend, but yeah, I mean, like I still liked the movie. I thought it was for me at least relatable. That's why I kind of liked it. I mean, I
yeah,
defended this movie when it came out. Just
yeah,
he was in the chat when that happened.
exactly. See, I like Lightyear as well. I just think like I think when it came out, people like we see film Twitter just like lambasting it, just like unjustifiably. Like I get like, but I see it as just I think people were kind of like I don't know. I don't see them as confused. Like, why would you be fucking confused?
because they're dumb. I think it was a letdown. I think for me, right, like the expectation is this is the movie that Andy saw that made him fall in love with Lightyear, right?
Which I don't
That is
believe.
unbelievable. Yeah, I don't believe
See,
that either.
no, I don't believe that because no, I see that as just people took that part too seriously. Because like I see that as a marketing thing. Just
It was
like
bad marketing,
That was
though.
bad
You have to
marketing.
admit that.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying is like if this was supposed to be his Star Wars, right? This felt more like a Empire Strike Back, like right. This is like would be a middle section because I don't really feel like, oh my god, yes, I want
This
to be
felt
Buzz
way
after
too
the end of
deep for
this.
a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, it felt way too deep for a kid, to be honest. So yeah, I agree with that. I think, to be honest, I think they should have made it into a series, right? Because they already had a Buzz Light series, right? And
which
kind
I
of get
love that
rid of the
show.
twist. Yeah, I did love that show growing up. So like I don't know why they bother doing this. Just make a Pixar series. Like I know we're getting one, but that's what this movie should have been.
Which
Um,
I think I feel that's a pretty. I feel like making a Buzz Lightyear movie that is not like a movie within a movie. I think it's a pretty creative idea. I just
uh,
I
by the
just
way,
feel
Tony, I
like
think sorry to cut you off. I think DL wanted the link.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell him to DM me on Twitter. You can send it to him if you got him on Twitter.
Okay.
I didn't want to put it in the chat because
Yeah.
oh,
I'll send you a link, DL. Give me a second. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. It's just I think I like Lightyear. I think it's pretty good. I can't like I don't want to say like I'm not gonna say it's better than like Toy Story. It's like I liked it. I liked it fine. I think I think the whole thing with is this Andy's favorite movie? Like I don't people.
But
just
they say
kinda
it at the
keep-
very beginning of the movie, like Jesse says, like
Well,
literally
yeah,
the movie starts with like this is the movie.
I can say I see that. I think they just put that last minute. I really think they were making a completely different film that just so happens to have Buzz Lightyear in it.
I think they were making a completely different film, and then they're like, "This isn't going to work." Slap Buzz Lightyear into it, and then they turned it into a Buzz Lightyear film.
True. Maybe I should watch the behind the scenes. I mean, I really just I don't know. Like I just don't. I get people don't like the Zerg thing, which I understand.
That would work if the movie was better. Like if it was a fantastic movie and you had like when I say fantastic, I mean like fantastical. If it was a fantastical movie, he's going to strange worlds and he's doing all this heroic stuff, and then there's the twist. And you're like, oh shit, why did he become Zerg? And then you gave like a reason, like how maybe because he's been on all these worlds, he never lived a life and he regretted it when he grew old. And so the twist is he wants to go back because he, being the Star Command has robbed him of a regular life, and evil Zerg wants a regular life now. He never got to have kids.
I get. I get. That Zerg thing didn't really bother me, but I was like, okay, I was kind of like chilling with it a little bit.
All right, DL is here. What's up, DL?
What's going on?
What's
DL?
up?
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Going okay. I'm just bored. It's raining outside. It's depressing.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel you.
It's snowing
bored,
here.
so I decided to come on stream with you guys. If I had something to do, I wouldn't be here. So, what'd you want to say about Buzz Lightyear?
Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. Man, this is like the only like Toy Story adjacent movie that I didn't love like at all. I don't even know if I want to consider it part of the Toy Story franchise, but like, I thought the pacing was really slow. As you said, the messaging was all over the place. The twist at the end with Zurg made no sense. Like, I don't know why they made this movie. As you said, like, they had a Buzz Lightyear of Star Command TV show. Why didn't they do something with that? Like, I don't care to see a movie that, quote unquote, inspired Andy is based off of the toy. Like, it doesn't even make sense as that either. Like, can we get like a Woody's Roundup movie? Can we get that?
Oh
like,
my God.
You say that and then they do it.
Well, no, I want them to actually do like what they did in Toy Story 2. Playing the whole like the theme song Woody's Roundup. Like I want them to do like an actual like the puppet show that they did with them in Toy Story 2. I can see that as like a TV show or something. But I don't know about a movie though.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, it was a TV show in the Toy Story universe, right?
Like an actual show on Disney Plus.
I would totally.
Yeah, I could see that more. Yeah.
What year does Toy Story actually take place in? Because this has always confused me. That like
I don't know.
Did it
I
actually
think
take
it took place.
1999?
Yeah, I think it does. Or it's supposed to take place earlier, like when the first movie comes out.
no, but I'm saying 'cause,
So-
like, the first movie, even the first movie, right? It's this weird like he's playing with cowboys, And he got supposedly he got Woody from what, like the mom, something like that. Like it wasn't his toy, it was the mom's toy, right?
Oh, I thought it was a gift that they gave to Andy, wasn't it?
No, I know they show Buzz as a gift, but he already has Woody.
Oh, Woody. Well,
Mhm.
I think I don't know. I think they just start the movie with him having it. I don't remember if it was how.
I think
he
she
got
mentions it. I think when they're like talking, him and the mom, I think she says like, "This was your grandpa's toy," or like, "This was my favorite toy as a kid." Because when Jesse came around, everyone was like, "Oh, Jesse might have been the mom's toy when she was little."
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that was a theory that people were saying about when Jesse was talking about when she got abandoned. Like there are people saying that the girl was Andy's mom. That was never really confirmed, but that was
Yeah,
a
that
theory
was
I heard going
yeah.
around.
Oh, I think I watched a video about that theory. It was interesting. I was just like that. I don't even.
Well, I
know
asked
about
that to say this because he gets Buzz Lightyear, right? And it's supposed to be like an allegory between like old Hollywood and new Hollywood, and how like when kids in the 70s, when the space race came around, how they got into space and they got out of the
Mhm.
Cowboys era stuff.
Mhm.
But if it's
Mhm.
taking place in like 1990, I'm like, why is he playing with Cowboys? Why is he playing with?
Wasn't so? I think it was a hand me down, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
had to
So
have been. Yeah,
it had to be a hand me down, but he's still playing with it. Like there's no video games in the Toy Story universe, right?
yeah,
And
which is weird because it's set in the.
But
It's in
there was video games in Toy Story 2 because the toys were playing
yes.
video
yeah,
games.
Yeah, that Buzz Lightyear game.
Toy Story 1 takes place in 1995, so when it came out, and
there,
then
there should have just like no Nintendo, no Super Nintendo,
Oh
no
yeah,
Ninja
wasn't
Turtles.
Woody's
Like, he lives in this weird universe where like none of the pop culture anything's happened.
mm,
Like Buzz Lightyear, that's it.
yeah when people actually went outside.
Oh yeah. Going outside on the grass, jumping on trampolines and stuff, having a barbecue. Good times, good times.
Yeah, because I mean it's set in 1995, but it almost feels like it's supposed to be in the 70s. They're like, we're gonna call it 1995, but it's really the 70s.
Yeah, wasn't Woody's Roundup like an
Mhm.
old show too?
Yeah, 'cause
yeah, it
it's
was.
like
It's in black and white. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like 40s, 50s.
Mm.
Yeah, Justy says Woody is a hand me down from Andy's dad.
Yeah, see,
Right,
I knew
so-
there was something.
Okay. See, this is why I want a Woody movie or a show. I want something with that. We've done so much with Buzz Lightyear. Do something with Woody.
Jesse says Toy Story was supposed to take place after The Incredibles, like years after. So I thought it like late 80s because it isn't Toy Story 2. He has a SNES.
Oh,
I think it is.
Oh, I didn't even. Okay, yeah.
But but
what?
the timeline of The Incredibles doesn't fully make sense because I guess like the time period looks like it's in the past, but they still have futuristic tech, so I don't even know if that's like accurate or not.
Oh,
Well, I mean, there's a
are we doing-
giant robot in there, so
Yeah.
I don't really think it matters
Also,
that
there's
much.
people
Are we
with
really-
superpowers. So
Yeah.
Are we doing that weird thing that trying to connect all the Pixar movies together? Like, are we
Oh,
doing that
there I
thing
saw
again?
that too. I saw that.
Yeah,
too.
that's a
I'm like,
massive theory that's ongoing. Yeah.
It's gonna do that in every single Pixar movie that came out. How does this connect to the Pixar universe? I'm like, who cares?
well, I hear that the Cars universe takes place right before Wall-E.
What?
After the world gets
Yes.
destroyed,
Yeah.
right? Like, because the world gets polluted, mankind leaves, and then the cars mutate, and that's why the cars are alive.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
oh my god.
There's like a drawing out there of the anatomy of a car in the Cars universe. It's really disturbing.
Well,
I don't wanna-
I
I
seen
don't
a
wanna know.
theory. There was a theory where the cars are not actually alive, that the cars are shells. They're like beetles. And they're just
Mhm.
actually like a bug inside the car's shell.
A bug with giant eyes.
That they adapted to look like cars to like blend in to the environment.
So instead of Fallout, it's the Cars universe.
Yeah.
What the
Alright,
fuck?
we've sidetracked.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
So Iger also goes on to say, this lines up with another sentiment Iger shared on February 8th about the desire to continually grow Disney Plus subscriber count, but to be more judicious about how they do that. He wasn't shy that this mindfulness with streaming would also come with reducing the company's costs for the biggest brands, including Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. Now, we're going to look carefully at pricing. We're going to reduce costs both in content and, of course, infrastructure. Man, does this mean like cheaper actors and actresses, less episodes?
Oh God, not less episodes. I hope not.
Oh my gosh! So we're gonna
I
get
heard
like
that
3 episodes of of secretive.
just
There's
gonna
not
be
even
all
that
specials.
many episodes unless they extend those to make them even longer, which that will not fix the problem.
No, because I
Mm.
heard that the Mandalorian, the first episode that's coming out, is actually going to be short.
Yeah, it's super
What,
short.
like 30 minutes long or something?
Less than that,
Yeah,
because
What?
with credits, yeah.
Oh, I
it's
think
gonna be like a
Oh,
15-minute
no.
episode. You're gonna blink and it's
15
over.
minutes.
Oh no!
They said like 20 something.
Oh, I think. Oh no!
I mean, we gotta see how it is in the context of the show, but that's like that is red flag right
Oh,
there.
not the Mandalorian.
That was
That's
the
a good
best
show.
show they made.
They should have put 2 episodes out if that was the case.
Yeah, they
Oh,
should have.
we're like 2 days away. Now I'm concerned.
Oh no, okay. So someone is saying it's 35 minutes. All right, that's not that.
35.
But still, you got to cut off like 5 minutes because the credits. Credits is massive for Disney.
Credits are long for no reason.
Well,
Yeah.
plus, you're gonna have the beginning last season on the Mandalorian.
Oh, and don't
Yeah.
forget the long Lucasfilm Star Wars intro they have.
First you get the Disney one, and then you get the Lucasfilm one. It's like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
You might as well just put in the galaxy far, far away and doing that opening scroll every episode. There you go.
I remember. I think it was like Mandalorian season 2, where you get the little skip option to like skip, and then like
Yeah.
So I skipped the recap, and then it still gave me the little fucking like 5-minute Lucasfilm one. I'm like, no, I want to
Oh
skip
my
all of
God.
it. Like, I want this.
Oh my gosh.
The CEO described the current streaming wars as a global arms race subscribers and admitted that while the subscription count has become the leading measurement for streaming success, Disney might have gotten a bit too aggressive in terms of its promotion. Since taking over, it's clear that Iger is reevaluating the entire business plan of streaming. The budget for shows and promotional marketing will likely be reduced, while pricing for the service may continue to be tweaked. Disney Plus recently launched an ad-supported version of the service for $7.99 a month, and the standard ad-free version jumped to $10.99 a month.
Wow.
Streaming wars are entering a new era, focusing more on making money rather than racking up a country's population worth of subscribers.
Yeah, I knew they were going to increase prices. It was not a matter of if; it was a matter of when.
Mhm.
I was just charged with like $12. I was like, $12. I thought that was like $8. And I just look, I was like, oh, they just increased the price.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, what's up, Bianca? She says hi, everyone.
Yeah,
What's up?
What's going on?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming eventually you're going to hit a plateau, right? They're going to no new subscribers. You can't have, So they're just going to say, fuck it. Why are we putting up new shows? Because Netflix had the same thing, right? Where they were like, they're acquiring all this shit, getting a huge catalog, and then they just stopped getting subscribers.
Well, that was
Mhm.
the problem since the beginning because like they had so much content and they don't advertise any of their stuff, so nobody knows what's on there. And then there's so much content that people get overwhelmed to just like so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Netflix
that's a
didn't
good
have
point.
to at the beginning because they were the only game in town.
Mhm.
Yep, and definitely that's not the case anymore.
I think they screwed themselves over.
They really should. I
They
think
did.
these streamers need to spend more money on marketing, because half the stuff I forget they're coming out, and then they just pull out like trailers and commercials. They're like less than a month or like 2 weeks before they come out. And
Yeah.
it's really obnoxious. Even when like Netflix put up like their bigger movies, like yeah, they got like what if like imagine like Rebel Moon comes out and then like a month later, and then they start to do their marketing. I'm like, what? This is one of your bigger movies. Come on.
People don't even go into the all content option. They just see whatever's on the front page. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep, top 10.
Well, that's the issue with, like, they're going to spend all this money. If Rebel Moon doesn't bring in new subscribers, why are they going to continue with the Rebel Moon verse, right?
Well, yeah, start by marketing your movies. Put up giant billboards. Put up like billboards like months in advance, so that you
It
know
might
that
just
it's
be
coming.
a sinking hole at this point. Why even promote it when most people will do the promoting on social media, and if it's on the front page, that's good enough, right?
Well, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond, like I said, like only so many people are going to be interested in Rebel Moon anyway, right? We're using
Yeah.
it as the example.
Mhm.
So you're going to market it, and then you're going to like, how many people are actually going to join, and then stay? And is that going to be worth the money you put into marketing it, plus paying for Rebel Moon to exist itself?
Mhm.
I mean, if they're promoting it as their Star Wars or something that competes with like Dune or stuff like that, then they need to market it as such, and maybe it'll get interest, like a Zack Snyder sci-fi fantasy. Like I feel like that's worth marketing it, more than your usual stuff. Like that could be one of their bigger hits. So I don't see why not. If like same thing with Glass Onion, So
Well, the thing is, if they're going to market it, then they're going to do the same thing with what they did with Glass Onion. They'll just like put it in, for like a week, and then to build up hype, and then afterward, oh, you got to go watch it on Netflix, and then everybody forgets in like 3 weeks. It's just nonsense what they do. I mean, they should do what Amazon's doing. Amazon's putting out that Nike movie in theaters.
Oh
Right?
yeah, I thought that was MGM at first, but that was actually Amazon.
Yeah, that's Amazon. So they should do something like that.
How much does Rebel Moon cost? What was the development on that?
I think
I have
let me
no
look
clue.
it up.
Was
Let
it
me
like
look it up?
was
I
it like
think it was-
$150 million or something like that? Because it's not his like more expensive ones.
83 million.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a big sci-fi epic, and it's only cost $85 million. Interesting.
Hmm.
I mean, you could do like interesting.
But wasn't
stuff
it a
with that.
smaller scale story?
I think I heard him say something like that.
Yeah, because it was a repurposed Star Wars script that he just was like, well, I'm going to just do my own universe with this, even though it's a smaller story, right? So,
Well,
it kind of makes
didn't they
sense.
say it's basically like a Magnificent Seven type movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, space western. So yeah, the budget kind of makes sense. I think I haven't even seen Zack Snyder say it's his Star Wars. It's just based on a Star Wars script, right?
That's probably why people were saying that, because like it was a pitch for Star Wars, so they're expecting,
Yeah.
it's going to be like a big scope movie.
Well, because he said it's going to be a trilogy, so that's also part of the issue.
True, but I feel like if you're gonna say Star Wars, you're talking about,
Massive.
the massive, big, the original trilogy, the prequels, the sequels. Like, don't say stuff like that if it's not actually gonna be that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. See, Bianca's right. She said during the Snyder Cut on HBO, they left after watching it. Yeah, that's the issue.
mhm.
Like, it might get some people to come in, and then after that, the month is over, they leave.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
Netflix's whole thing is getting new subscribers, so I don't know if they take leaving into. Well, they probably do take people leaving into account, but like, are they just going to count the fact that of the people subscribing just to watch it? I don't know how that all works.
No, retention is the main thing that they want to focus on, because getting people to come in and then leave is not going to help you. You want them to keep paying month after month. And it's not like if you watch Rebel Moon and you pay $8 and you got to pay $8 to watch it the second time, like something in the theater, right? And like all of us, I can get Netflix and like 15 people in my family could watch it, right? Oh, for $8. So you really got to have a tight budget, and you have to bring in enough people to cover it.
No password sharing.
Yeah. On top of, remember, it's not just Rebel Moon. Like it says, like Rebel Moon, Glass Onion. Like how many other movies and acquisitions of other TV shows that they're making every month?
They're making a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I don't see how they're going to keep making money. And then you got all the good shit parceling out, right?
Well, that's why now they're saying that this is all going to pop eventually, because the other studios that got into this, they're realizing, oh fuck, this was a mistake making our own streaming service when we could have easily just sold our stuff to other competitors, right?
Well, they
like
did, and then
Netflix
they
or
took it
Amazon.
away.
Yeah, and they took it away to make their own. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The only studio that is benefiting from not having their own service like Netflix is Sony, right? I mean, they do have Crunchyroll and all that stuff, but that's not, it's not on par with Netflix and Disney Plus, right? So more studios should have been like Sony.
Well, I think the last time, remember Crackle?
Yeah, they did have Crackle. Yeah.
Yeah, but they, so I think they sold Crackle, and I think I was like,
Mhm.
Sony is not a smart company, but they were smart enough to not have their own streamers.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, Sony
kind of
was eventually going to get sold off, right? So it kind of makes sense that they're in that position.
Yeah, I think eventually we're going to go back to a time like it was supposed to get us away from cable, right? Cut the cord. We're getting away from cable.
Mhm.
We're all streaming because it was like what Amazon, Hulu, and then Netflix. That covered everything, and then you started getting Disney Pluses, your Paramounts, fucking CW apps, all this other
Peacock.
shit.
Mhm.
Or Peacock.
Peacock.
Eventually,
Plus.
it's gonna go back to being like cable, where you're gonna buy a package. You're gonna be like, hey, I want the ultra deluxe package. Okay, you're gonna get Peacock, Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon all for $20.
Yeah, it's starting to become a lot like cable. If you get all these streamers all at once.
Yep.
Yeah, I've only got the only streaming stuff I have that I pay monthly is Disney Plus, Amazon, and Paramount Plus. The other Netflix I share with my mom. I share my mom's Netflix and HBO Max, and I let her share
Mhm.
because I let her share my Disney Plus and Paramount Plus.
Yeah, the only ones I'm paying for is Netflix and Peacock, and I share everyone else's stuff. The only reason I have Peacock is because I watch WWE, and they made a deal with them where you could watch their premium live events on there. And then
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
there's a couple of shows, and like Universal would drop some of their movies on there too. But the main reason I have it is WWE. I probably wouldn't have it if they didn't have that. But
Okay.
Well, that's because the WWE was smart enough to go, wait a minute, the WWE network isn't working. Let's sell that over to Peacock.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's like I had Paramount Plus. They do have some really good content in there, but as you said, there's just too many streaming services, and there was too much money and stuff. So I had to stop paying for it, and I use my friend's HBO Max, and my friend's Disney Plus.
Yeah, because you got to figure there's like 8 or 9. Like if we're being generous, I think there's like 10. They're each like $10. That's like $100 just on streaming services.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like once in a while, I would like if there's a show, like for example, like that Fresh Prince drama show on Peacock,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
the Bel
reboot. Yeah.
Yeah, I watch that show. It's actually pretty good. What I usually do is that I'm not a fan of Peacock because I think the stuff they got good stuff, but they're pretty bare to me.
They are.
Mm.
But when because they just dropped a new season of Bel Air, so I pay for that, have it for a couple of weeks, and then just cancel it, and then just wait for like the season to like run its course because I don't really because usually like there's stuff like even their animated stuff is just so laughable. Like they just barely have crap on there.
Anime stuff.
Mm.
Right.
All right, speaking of seasons, The Flash is wrapping up its final season. If you don't want spoilers, look away.
I don't
Okay.
care. Nah, nah,
Okay.
nah, nah,
Don't care.
nah, 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 nah.
I like the. I am not a
Hey.
DC fan.
Goodbye.
I've made no qualms about it. I'm not a huge DC, and because I'm not a DC fan, I'm not like, oh my god, this isn't accurate. This isn't. I'm just like, oh, this is a fun, stupid show about some dude who's running fast. That's his solution to every problem. Barry, there's a volcano. Run fast.
Yeah.
Barry, there's a meteor. We need you to run fast.
Oh my God! Did I screw up the timeline again? Oh no!
Oh my god!
Start running faster. Ooh, we got
I
a
need to
super
run
sticker.
fast. I'm like, you just like really 9 seasons. I've never seen an episode of The Flash, and then I never seen a single CW show. That's how lucky I am. It's just every time I look at clips when I'm at somebody's house, and it's just like this weird, like the weird acting, like the music gets me sometimes. Like this weird.
Yeah.
Weird dramatic music's playing. Like this is like you can tell this is some cheap shit.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, we got a $1.99 super sticker from Bianca. Thank you, Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 9 seasons, and they're all top
Shocks me.
notch, top quality. I think that's
Top
the
quality.
thing.
Top quality trash.
They are.
Exactly.
But to be fair, I don't watch them when they come out. Like I'm not sitting there week to week. Like when they're on Netflix, I fire up the Netflix and just like, all right, push play and just let them play as I'm, messing around on the video games or something. I'm not really paying attention, half paying attention.
See,
Because you really don't like what
This is a
like, the
background
Flash-
show.
Yeah, it is. It's a background check. Because what is it like? There's going to be a problem, and then he runs fast,
yeah,
and then he's not going to be able to run fast enough, and the dude's going to be like, "Hey, Flash, you got to run faster." Why didn't I think of that? Then he runs faster, and then the problem solved. And then you go on to the next episode. He does that for like 13 episodes every season, where he just keeps running faster and faster, progressively.
It's being a
Only
DC fan. This show and a bunch of other CW shows, they infuriate me because of how dumb
They do.
and repetitive
Oh,
the
God.
writing is for this. Like I know the potential that a Flash show can be, even a Flash movie can be, which is why I'm hoping this Flash movie comes out is really, really good. But it's just like, yeah, they dumbed down these characters so much, and it's not even the fact that they changed stuff from the comics. I understand they change stuff from the comics all the time. As long as they keep the essence of the character and the writing is good, they do neither with the Arrowverse. So I'm glad this is dead. It's gonna die. I don't care about this last season at all. Like, no.
Yeah,
I
I
could care less.
See, like-
I don't. I love it. I enjoy it. It's
See,
stupid
like
fun.
I said, I've never watched a full episode. I just seen clips all the time.
John
and
Wesley
thinking-
Shipp puts on the Jay Garrick Flash outfit with the helmet and everything. You had
No.
Mark Hamill dressed up in his best Joker outfit, but he's actually playing the trickster.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen clips of these things,
Oh,
and
God.
it's just the acting and the music just gets me sometimes. It's just like
they're
even the
terrible.
way that it's
Easy.
shot.
It is. It's
Yeah,
super
the way it's shot, it's so bad.
They ran into Burt Ward. I mean, what other
Oh, my
there's so
God.
much fan service throughout the Arrowverse shows. It's ridiculous.
It's almost like I'm watching something from the freaking asylum.
Damn. That's low. That's so low. Holy shit.
Like
I can see it,
mean,
though.
like if you do think about it, it's just like you're making like this show with some of these characters that almost feel like they should be on the big screen first. Like I'm surprised they went for 9 seasons for this long. And then what about
And
that?
they had the Flash in live action.
Well,
Right.
I mean, though, to be fair, right? We got 9 seasons of the Flash. 9 seasons,
Which
and we're
you know,
probably only
almost
going to
10
get 1
years.
season of She-Hulk, right?
Yeah. It's, oh my God.
Like people dropped off after the 3rd season.
People keep coming back. They love the Flash. All right, let's see. So the spoiler is that apparently there's this account called patreon.com Canadian Graphs. They got a bunch of set photos, and they're showing all the villains from the previous seasons. So Cobalt Blue is going to be the new villain, the main big bad for season
Another speedster.
another speedster.
Oh, God.
he's a
Every
speedster?
episode
Oh my gosh.
is a speedster. But we got Reverse Flash, Godspeed, Zoom, and Savitar all teaming up with Cobalt Blue.
What's his name? Savitar? That's a preposterous ass name.
Well, that's Savitar, the god of speed.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Can we get Dash from the Incredibles in this thing?
I mean, yeah,
That's Disney.
put Quicksilver in there, and
Yeah. You know, they would know the difference.
yeah.
Every season dealt with a speedster. Not true.
It's
not true.
it's so lame. Good.
One season was about the Thinker.
Oh, 1 season. Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
man.
My bad. 1 season had no.
And he defeated him by running fast.
Oh,
If you could-
one
if you could-
season.
Oh.
There you go. It's good.
Oh.
One season with that little speedster, everybody.
Oh,
He
my God.
outran the Thinkster. Wow.
The thing.
Epic. Good
No,
writing.
He didn't outrun him. What happened was the Thinker was going to have like a satellite fall on the Earth or something, and then the Flash runs so
Mhm.
fast that he punches it. But his daughter from the future also came back in time to help him.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is why James Gunn is now the CEO of DC.
Yeah.
Just remember.
Well, see, I prefer. Well, you know, I heard they're terrible, but you know, I rather, you know, give me more Peacemaker than CW stuff.
Then this, yes.
You know,
Yes.
Peacemaker Peacemaker's a masterpiece compared to.
Yeah, exactly. Please play. Do you want to taste it? There we go.
Do you want to taste it? What?
Yeah, that's the theme song.
Yep.
It'll make
I've
my
never
day.
watched Peacemaker.
Yeah, I mean, you've never seen the opening to Peacemaker?
No.
Oh
No.
wow.
I'm surprised. That's everywhere.
You're telling me this looks like? Look at this. This top-notch costuming going on here.
That looks like something you see when you go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it looks like they're about to go to Comic-Con.
There's an episode where Flash fights. I think it's this guy here, and he makes a bunch of copies of himself, and then someone took the fight scene and put it to the Power Rangers theme music.
Oh, I seen that. Oh my god, it was so fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it looks like the putties or something.
Yeah,
We should find that clip. It's so funny. Oh my god.
it fits so perfectly.
This show, let it die, let it die.
Well, it is. It's
Oh
coming to an end.
wait. There was a Gotham Knights show. Remember?
No,
Yep.
I don't know. Let's just put that back in the dirt. Let's not bring that back up.
By the way, I've seen them shooting that show. They're shooting in Toronto. It's fucking crap. The budget is so pathetic. Yeah.
Blinded just
Oh my
wanders
God.
on set. They're like, here, put this costume on.
It's like
They can't even afford a costume.
This
That's
hat
how
on.
bad it is.
You're playing criminal.
it's only cost $1, y'all. It's only $1, y'all.
Well, Distant Earth says I would have thought his arch nemesis would have been Snailman. Not, but he actually fights a villain called the Turtle, who has a slow field.
The turtle. Is he real? Is he a character?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, is he?
and he has a field of slow energy that makes everything around him go slow.
What a reaching for characters in this show.
See, if James Gunn had a hold of that character, he would make it awesome.
True. But I'm laughing. But given when you're in a CW show, the turtle, I'm just laughing
Everything
my
is
ass
ass.
off.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh
All right, so
my
speaking
God.
of James Gunn, DC Studios confirm return of another Suicide Squad actor.
Idris
James Gunn
Elba.
is just flexing his muscle. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get all my boys. It's actually not
King
Idris
Shark.
Elba.
Oh, okay.
I want King Shark.
It is Steve Agee. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, well, that was kind of obvious. That was obvious, though.
Gunn shared an image on Twitter of the actor's birthday, teasing that Economos will return sooner than you think in the post. Happy birthday to my great friend and collaborator and Peak Economos, who you'll see sooner than you think. Steve Agee, love you, buddy.
Maybe he's in Shazam or The Flash.
No
so
idea.
Does that mean that the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker are technically semi-canon to the new DCU?
Yeah, they would have to be because Waller is, right? Waller's picks
Yeah,
up
yeah.
after Peacemaker.
Yeah, because there's which I want to see how that's going to turn out with the freaking Flash and stuff. Which I thought that the way they were saying the Suicide Squad actor, I meant like the team. Like I
Yeah.
want King Shark back.
Well, I mean, it's pure clickbait because he's a character in Peacemaker, right? So they could have
Yeah,
said
right.
a Peacemaker character is coming back.
Yeah, it's
This
like,
is
nope, they want to
yeah.
get the clicks.
He probably will
Yeah.
show up in the Waller show. That'll be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a given.
I don't think he's going to be. They're speculating he's going to be in Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, I could see that happening because Hardcore was in Black Adam, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Is it Weasel and Creature
Commandos. Yeah.
yes, yep.
Which makes sense. Give me more Weasel. It'll be funny if they bring back Weasel as a headline. It's like it's Weasel.
Yeah, the one that killed 27 children. See that?
Oh my god.
But the question is Creature Commandos going to be canon, even though it's a cartoon?
Yeah,
Well,
because
yeah.
Weasel.
Yeah, Weasel, and he did say that he was gonna have like live action counterparts
Mhm.
come into like movies and shows. So
Yeah,
That's
it
gonna
makes
piss
sense.
some people off because there's going to be a lot of people who are the normies who are not going to want to watch a cartoon.
I think it works with Weasel though. Weasel's like a throwaway character who did absolutely nothing in the Suicide Squad anyway.
Yeah, but
So
if it
doesn't really
whatever
matter.
happens in Creature Commandos, if it has an impact on the rest of the DCU, and
Well,
people
I
are
would
like,
hope
"Fuck, now I'm
not.
going to be forced to watch this." It's
Well,
the same way like you pretty much have to watch like Bad Batch and the other one.
I don't even watch Bad
Bad
Batch.
Batch. Look, are you talking about like Mandalorian era stuff? I don't know. I
No,
don't
the
know.
stuff that ties into Ahsoka. What is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cartoon.
Rebels,
Yeah.
Bad Batch, Clone Wars. Well, the last season of Clone Wars.
Mm.
Trying to think what else.
Yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm not watching all that shit.
2.
No, I'm definitely not watching all that.
Yeah, true. I mean, I like, I get what Gunn is trying to do. Like Gunn is trying to do I think he said one time in an interview, not interview, like he mentioned like this DC universe is inspired by not just Marvel or whatever. It's like Star Wars. I think he said
Mhm.
that one time. We have all these other like millions upon millions of characters in there. They can just interact, whatever.
That's probably where
But
you got the
like,
video game influence too.
which I am a little concerned about.
Yeah.
That's going to be a whole mess. Like, again, for us, like for people that are DC fans or like younger audience members, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play the games. I'm gonna watch the cartoons. I'm gonna do all that shit." Right? But for someone in an older demographic who's not really maybe a DC fan, just someone who's like, "I like Superman. I like Batman." They're not gonna want to like, "Oh, now I got to watch a playthrough on YouTube of the Batman game to know what the hell's going on."
I hope they don't do that. The video game shit. It doesn't
Because
make
remember,
any sense.
we all remember Star Wars did that. The last Star Wars,
Yeah.
what was it? The Rise of the Jedi, Rise of the Skywalker,
Yes.
whatever. They actually, the beginning of that movie doesn't make any sense if you didn't fucking play Fortnite to get the events in which you found out that Palpatine came back.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was dumb as fuck. Holy hell. What were they
wait.
smoking?
Wait, what? They put clips from the games in Rise of Skywalker?
No. The Rise
No,
of Skywalker. You know, at the very beginning, there's that Palpatine thing going
Somehow
on.
Palpatine has returned. That's
But there's like a
the
signal
opening.
going out to letting people know, "Hey, I'm back. Come join me at these coordinates."
Yeah.
That signal actually went out during
In Fortnite.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a big
Yeah.
event. It was like, "Oh yeah, all right, you got to play Fortnite," and then like there's this big tie into Star Wars, and like
I've
the signal
never
starts
seen
going out.
I have not seen Rise of Skywalker yet.
Yeah,
You haven't?
I had no. I lost interest. I lost a little interest in that when those movies. Well, after like the whole shit with Star Wars and shit.
Mm.
I
The
didn't.
Last Jedi, or are you talking?
No. Something I don't know. Something about I just never had any interest for some reason. I was like, Force Awakens was awesome. Rogue One. I thought the Last Jedi was all right, but Solo I don't know, something about Rise of Skywalker just didn't click with me. Maybe I was kind of into some of the other stuff Star Wars was in, but I didn't know what the whole Fortnite thing was about. I was like, that was strange.
Yeah, because they thought they were gonna get the kids. Kids are playing Fortnite. We'll put it in Fortnite, and then they'll all go watch Star Wars. And
Mhm.
That was
Did
completely
not work.
And it just
One of the
confused
dumbest
all
things.
the old people. They're like, "What's a Fortnite?"
People are gonna be, oh wait, Fortnite is connected to Star Wars? Awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
Justin
we're
View
like-
says where the Flash messed up was with Grodd. Grodd should have had his own season, not just 1 or 2 episodes. That's true.
Facts. Yes.
That's dumb as fuck. What the hell?
He had
God.
like 2 episodes, and then like he disappears for a while, then he comes back for like 2 more episodes. I think he got like a 4
Yikes.
episode, maybe like mini arc at one point, where he
They
takes over
Age of
Gorilla City.
Ultron the shit out of him. God.
I bet the
Big
CGI
yikes.
looked amazing.
It looked
All right.
like absolute garbage.
Oh, there you go. TV quality. There you go.
Speaking of garbage,
Oh,
Shazam 2's poor
Oof.
box office projections means for his DC future. Okay.
Me and Blue Jay was talking about this yesterday.
yeah. I was just so see. I think when I first saw that, I was like, wait, how much was it tracking? So it was like
It was
40.
40 to like mid 50s, I think.
See, when I first saw that, I didn't think much of it. It was like, I mean, big deal, those the first one opened a little low. I mean, it's I don't people were expecting the movie like to make 800 million. I was like, I don't
Oh,
think it
that's
will.
Oh, that's
ridiculous.
not happening.
No. It's like people no, I just well, any comic book movie of depending on how much a movie costs, it's like people expected to make like $1 billion every film. But I do get what people were saying about like let's see this movie costs the first one will cost like 100 million, and then
Mhm.
it did pretty well over
366 million globally.
yeah. And let me just look up Shazam 2 budget if I
Wasn't it like a little bit more?
yeah,
Like
it's
maybe like
125 million.
Mhm.
So I mean 25 million more. I mean it's quite frankly, it's a lot less expensive than whatever the hell Black Adam cost for no
Yeah.
reason.
Oh
but
boy.
yeah, that was ridiculous. But didn't the Batman cost like a little bit over 100 million?
Yes.
I
It
think
wasn't.
so.
It wasn't that expensive. I mean, it's
Well,
expensive, but
it
for this
was
type of movie.
the Batman was supposed to cost what did cost 100 million, but
Mhm.
due to COVID stuff,
COVID. Yeah, I know.
it
Yeah.
budgeted towards like 200 million.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah.
this one is currently projected to make 43 to 52 million, but it might fall short. They're predicting. The first Shazam went on to be 140 million domestically and 366 globally.
Mhm.
I don't know. I haven't even seen the first Shazam, to be honest.
What?
It's decent. It's a good
It's
movie.
good.
it's
I
pretty
think
good.
it's my favorite. I think it's the best. It's my favorite DCEU movie. I think in general.
Like I said, I'm
Um,
not a big DC fan. It just wasn't like
Mhm.
the marketing
yeah,
didn't grab me. I wasn't like, oh, this is a must watch.
yeah. So let me see. The first Shazam opened with 53 million on its opening weekend, and I think that's and it's $100 million budget, which I think it did fine. And then,
Mhm.
but the problem is that Shazam was like sandwiched in between Captain Marvel and Endgame.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then also this is like even worse because this is coming out. March is already packed. You got
Yeah. Its legs are gonna.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna be
cuts them off
terrible.
right off the money.
you got
Yep.
Creed, you got Scream, you got this, and then
John Wick.
like John
John.
Wick,
Yeah.
and I don't even like people give shit about Dungeons and Dragons, but
And then in April, the first week, that's Mario. So yeah.
Yep,
Oh
Mario.
no. Oh no.
Plus, you got
Yeah,
all the
this
DC
movie
fans
is
that are
not good.
upset because this might not be canon. They're dragging their feet as to what's going on with Zachary Levi.
The canon thing, I can give a rat's ass about. I just want to see a good movie.
Plus, they tried to
That'd be-
cancel Zachary Levi today.
And it has no connection to Black Adam, which
Yeah.
I think if it did, it might have done just a little bit better.
No, I think it would
That's
piss
Rock's
people off
fault.
though, if it did.
But it would have made more sense. But
But I'm
yeah,
saying at this point, because isn't The Rock pretty much done? Didn't he say like
yeah,
Black
he's
Adam
done.
did so bad that he's done?
Yeah.
So if it was
Yeah.
connected, then you'd be like pissed because like, oh, now we're not even gonna get Black Adam. Because
Yeah,
The Rock-
because that's the problem. Because the Rock doesn't want to play second fiddle with freaking Shazam.
Yeah,
And
No,
then
you're
he
a
tried.
Shazam
which is
villain?
dumb. He's a Shazam villain. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's a Shazam villain, but he wants to be like an A tier, like an A plus tier character up against Superman, with no mention of Billy Batson whatsoever, no post credit scene of Billy or the others whatsoever, and then just say, yeah, let's spend 200 million on a spinoff, which is so insane,
And you still had Jimon
Mhm.
Hansu cameo in the movie.
which is crazy.
Yeah, weird.
That's so crazy. But I like Black Adam fine, but it didn't make any sense to treat that as like your what he tried to do as like
Flagship movie.
his flagship like starter of the Rock's DC universe, which I
Yeah,
well, it was all over the place.
It was all
George-
over the place.
George
It
says
was,
first Shazam was very good. I'm excited for the new one, but it won't do well in the box office. Yeah.
definitely.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I'm also was telling Blue Jay that I heard that the movie's not even that good.
Which is so hard to believe because this is the exact same crew that did the first movie. So I'm
It's not hard
guessing
to believe. Look at the marketing. I mean, who are the villains? Who is the villain?
Lucy Liu and Helium Marin.
Yeah,
They're not very exciting villains.
They're
If they
new
are-
villains. They're new villains. They weren't in the comics before. They're supposed to be connected with the Greek mythology, which
Which
will
I-
lead into a cameo in the movie. But
Well, I
Yeah,
get all that, but when I'm watching the marketing, I'm not going. That's
no, I
it.
agree with
wa-
you.
I want to see
That's-
Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren going up against Shazam. Like, it's not
Where's
like
Yeah.
selling
Mr.
it.
Mind? Where's Mr. Mind?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
weird. That was weird. Why tease that if that wasn't going to be the sequel? Is he just too small of a villain? No pun not intended.
I completely forgot about Mr. Mind. I was
Well,
like,
maybe he's
Yeah.
the surprise villain. Maybe he's gonna pop out of Helen Mirren's ear.
What the?
oh my gosh.
But then
Look.
where's Dang, who was the villain in the first movie? I forgot.
Mark Strong.
Doctor, I forget his name.
Savannah?
Savannah
Yeah,
or
Savannah.
Yeah, like because they set up they were gonna team up at him and Mr. Mind. So I was like, where is he? You don't just how's he gonna be a surprise villain when they set him up like that? It's just it's so stupid.
Well, there it is. There's my prediction. Mr. Mind is mind controlling the Greek gods under
Yeah.
Dr. Savannah's command.
Which
No,
would have been
God.
I mean, it'll be interesting, but like it would have, like I don't mind them having newer characters in there, which I mean that's fine. But I completely forgot about Mr. Mind. Why
Mhm.
why don't you use him?
They probably were gonna set him up for a third Shazam movie if it
At the time,
probably
That should have been a second movie, and then you have Black Adam for the third movie. But
Yeah.
we're not living in the real world. It's clown.
No, we are
world.
living in the real world. That's the problem. In
It's
fantasy
clown world.
Things
It's-
happen good.
Well, I mean, the thing is, that's what should have happened, like in all circumstances. But like, The Rock is such a weirdo. Like, he's so ego driven, where it's like, no, I want my own standalone movie with this character.
Here's what
It
should have
doesn't
happened.
deserve it.
Well,
Yeah.
if they were going to go that route, and again, I'm not the hugest DC fan, so forgive
Mhm.
me if this isn't comic accurate, but I would have had obviously Billy Batson using his powers, and then the Wizard kind of like being weary because he's using them more and more, and you're kind of like, oh, is he turning evil? Is he being uncontrolled? And then hinting at like this could happen before, right? This has happened before where we gave someone the power and he went too far with it. Then you hint at Black Adam.
Well, yeah, you could have done something like that, but I would have just changed it where this is more like the comics where he could get stuck in that form, right? And you could just say that Black Adam never reverted back to his normal self, and it just kind of drove him insane. Yeah,
Well,
just like a small creek.
Here's what should have happened. Okay, in the DCEU, we would have got Shazam 1, and we could have got. Okay, if you want to do a Black Adam movie, that's fine. Black Adam, Shazam 2 with Mr. Mind as the villain, and then I guess he wants to set up, and then Superman, Man of Steel 2, whatever, Shazam 3, either Shazam 3 or Black Adam 2. You have both Black Adam, Shazam, and Superman fight.
Superman, yeah.
Maybe if you want to go with that route, that would have made more sense. But The Rock wants. It's so funny. He wants to be like an A+ character up against
Mhm.
Superman.
But even that doesn't make any sense to me because do you see The Rock honestly going, okay, I want to fight Superman and then lose?
Yeah,
Right.
he wouldn't do that. I think that's actually in his contract. He
Oh,
can't
what?
actually lose. Yes. This is what I've heard. There's a contract where any movie he does, there's certain
Not-
things that they can't do in the movie
Not
because it will
just not
put,
lose, but in the Fast and the Furious, him and Vin
Yeah.
Diesel actually had to get the same amount of hits in.
yeah, yes,
I
yes,
heard
stuff like that.
That is the most specific contract I've ever heard in my life.
And not even just the same amount of hits. the same amount of damage. So like
Mhm.
one punch would not be equal to like getting hit with a chair. So they're like, oh, you hit me with a chair, now I got to hit you with something equivalent.
Something else, yeah.
Oh yeah,
in order
you
to
slap.
be even, we can't.
Mhm.
It's so
Oh yeah,
stupid.
you slap me, I slap you
Stupid,
back.
it
There
is.
you go.
It's just because The Rock is like viewing movies like
Bianca
wrestling.
says he said he'd lose against the Superman. I don't think he might have said that.
He's bullshitting. He's
Yeah.
bullshitting.
What-
I
He
don't
would
believe
lose
it.
on a technicality, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what about in freaking Furious 7? Oh yeah, that when he got blown off that building, he
By
got
Jason
freaking
Statham.
yeah at the hospital. So
Yeah.
doesn't that count or wasn't that before? I'm this is like a
Well, go
chicken
back
and
and
egg
watch
type.
the movie
Might
and
be
see
something.
what everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
technically,
yeah.
Vin Diesel did beat him in Fast 5, so it's like, what is he talking about? With like, I don't.
That's like I don't know. Maybe he's just talking out of his ass. I can't believe a contract like that exists. That's so
don't know.
freaking weird.
But I'm sorry, you're not beating Superman. You're not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he can't. You can't.
no. He has laser eyes, frost breath.
But
I
isn't
know-
Superman
I know the
vulnerable to
common fans
magic?
Yeah, about to say. I know the people about to say, but he can't do anything against magic. But even but like he can find ways around that.
He'll beat the crap out of
Well,
him.
here's the thing though, like Black Adam is a villain, but then eventually it's kind of like he plays both sides. So it's like I'm sure that's what they would have played up, right? Is like, oh, he goes off and does his own thing, and there's no real fight. They just team up against another villain because that's exactly what they did with Batman and Superman, right? So
Yeah.
like,
What he's gonna say, Martha?
probably could
Why
have-
did you say that
Martha.
name?
yeah,
Oh my god. They probably could have had if they kept going. They probably, as I said, like if they were going to set up Mr. Mind for the third movie, they probably could have done the big third movie like Shazam, Black Adam, and Superman be in the movie. The first conflict could be Black Adam versus Superman and Shazam being there, and then they all
Like the
duke it
cartoon?
out, and then they settle their differences, and then they have to fight a bigger threat, which is Mr. Mind. I
And
don't
then they
know.
eat shawarma.
There you go, perfect. We would have gotten a good idea from WB, which would never happen.
Well, look at the dumb idea we got with them already. They got Black Adam. He's going around killing a bunch. This is your hero. He goes around and kills a bunch of people. Like, kids, don't you want to be this guy who's just murdering people indiscriminately? And then you get introduced to the Justice Society, who are a bunch of goofs who don't do nothing, get beat up.
yeah,
He were trying so hard to say like, yeah, we're gonna a spin-off that is a launching point, which is so strange.
and they wouldn't even
all
have
these-
Black Adam on the JSA because he's on the JSA in the comics, right? So he had to do his own thing, right? It was him and the JSA. It wasn't he's part of the JSA. It's really stupid, that movie. Good lord.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
just threw in the JSA out of nowhere, and like, where was the JSA when the Justice League was around? And
Yeah.
okay,
I see that when I saw that, I was like, I like the JSA in it. I was trying so hard not to think too much of the universe because I don't like to do that. But
Yeah.
but when they just pop on it, when they just say like they just pop out of nowhere, where you're trying to like
work with Amanda
They-
Waller.
yeah, we're trying to get into the world of DCEU. You're like you just can't. You can't. Like
You can't.
like
yeah.
where the fuck have you been?
Yeah,
Not
How
just
you
that, but
been?
then they told you there was an Atom Smasher previous. Remember? Because what's
Yeah, there was.
Where the hell was
Yeah,
that?
which was silly. That I liked the cameo, but that was ridiculous. What's his name? Playing the uncle. I was like, no way. There's no way you would be Atom Smasher. Come on.
I was like, where the fuck have you? Where have you been when Steppenwolf was
Fonzie.
taking over the whole world and stuff?
Fonzie was Atom Smasher. No way. I don't believe that.
Man, not even in his young years. I don't know about that. And then
So,
where have you, Dr. Fate? Like, you've been around for years. Like, what? Where have you been?
Yeah, he's an experienced part of the JSA. I was like, where have you been? Where
And
have you
Hawkman
been?
and Hawkman and Dr. Fate have a
Hawkman.
past. If you watch the movie, they keep hinting that they've done adventures before. You're like, where?
I want to
Where
I
exactly?
want to say this takes place in the future, but I was like, at that point,
It
they'll
can't.
be in outer space with the watchtower and stuff. Like, it's,
Yeah.
I'm
They
trying to
haven't even
summarize.
established the Watchtower in the DCEU, which is
They
just
did it off
The
screen.
Hall of Justice.
Where does it take place though? Because Superman shows up.
I assume it would take place either before Peacemaker or after Peacemaker.
At this point, I'm just gonna treat it like the X-Men movies. Like, who cares about continuity?
Continuity.
Just throw it out the
schmontinuity.
window. Fuck it.
Continuity, schmontinuity.
Fuck all
Like,
that shit.
Even with Deadpool, I'm like, who
Just
cares
blame
if
it on
it's not
Barry.
continuity?
Oh, why doesn't it make sense? Barry Allen fucked up the
Barry.
timeline.
Oh my god.
Yeah, continuity, schmontinuity, whatever.
We got one more article to look at. Talking about Ant-Man. After Ant-Man 3 second weekend.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I was actually going to title this stream. I was this close to titling it. Is Ant-Man 3 Marvel's BVS?
It was close. It was close.
I mean, yeah, it's close.
The thing is, I mean, it does have that 0.6 at the end, so if you round it up, it's a 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, all these
Okay.
people damage controlling, and oh man, this is so sad.
I mean,
It's
I've
so
heard conflicting reports of whether the movie's good or not. So it's already, fans are torn as to whether the movie's good. It's losing money. Is this going to be like BVS was the turning point? Where like, wait a minute, they put the brakes on and they started fiddling with shit. Is this what MCU is going to do? Like, wait a minute, we gotta.
I think they need one more movie, because BVS was bad, but like Suicide Squad, that was like the 1-2 punch. So they need, if the Marvels is bad, I don't think they can recover.
Like, oh shit, we better push this back.
Yeah, because I don't think Guardians is going to count.
Well, yeah,
Guardians. I think will be good.
Yeah, because the first two were good. People love them. It's James Gunn. That won't be fine. That will be fine. But I think I don't know about the Marvels, but I can't even think right now because I do want to say if they were to take their time with their stuff with the post production, maybe they might turn out well. Like get the writing good, get the VFX good, do some couple reshoots, pull it all together, make it safe.
I think to be honest, that's the reason why these movies are bad. It's because of the constant reshooting, the constant changing. They're like, oh my god, this is not good. Instead of nailing the script, they're like, oh my god, we've shot the whole movie within like 8 months, and now the movie's shit. It's like, well, didn't you read the script? Well, we didn't have a script.
You were shooting it.
Yes, right. So
I hate that.
this is the problem with these Marvel movies. It's like they need to lock down a script and make sure that it's good before you even attempt to start shooing the movie.
That's why I'm optimistic
Well,
about
sometimes-
James Gunn, because that's what he said in his
right.
Mhm.
Right. I think people can say I think it was like maybe it might have something to do with like under Bob Chapek because you remember I don't think this was happened with Iger because during he was there during the Infinity Saga. There's no problem there. I think under Bob Chapek, I mean, like what 2021. So yeah, like 4 Marvel films. Granted, some of those were supposed to come out in 2020, but they're all delayed and stuff. So there's a lot of like constantly shifting around. But there's no reason that like in 2022 you can't just have like rush jobs like Love and Thunder, which good God.
I liked it, Love and Thunder.
Oh no! Oh hell no!
But I also liked it Ragnarok. I like that humor. There was actually an article that I was gonna get up, but I didn't. It basically said, "Is the MCU losing its quality because James Gunn left?"
No.
I think so. No. That actually might be true. And I say this because James Gunn, before he was fired, Marvel has like a writing room, right? So they have all these different directors and writers who they trust. They're like well established that would come in and do rewrites and like change things, right? And James Gunn was part of that writing room, and he never came back because he got fired, and he was pissed off with Marvel. So it kind of does make sense that the decline in quality when they're starting to do a little bit more comic booky stuff is out the window, right? Because, well, I mean, he would know a lot of that stuff. He was supposed to be the frontier for it, right? Until everything got changed.
He was the comic
think-
book guy. He was supposed to be take over
Yeah.
for Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it does make sense to say that.
I think my only problem is just that, like DL, we were talking about this on your stream and George's stream. Like, every single installment in the MCU has always been these big bombastic setup movies,
Mhm.
and we haven't gotten it like a standalone film. I guess. Well, Love and Thunder is more of a standalone film because I think it doesn't set up anything. But like Shang-Chi was like Shang-Chi is almost like a purely standalone film. Sure, you have like Wong in the background and Abomination in the background, but it's mostly like its own thing, like its own different thing. Lately, you got like Doctor Strange. You got
I don't know. Black Widow was kind of standalone.
Black Widow.
Well, the thing is, it's hard to say that these things are standalone because they all connect. Like it's really hard to say that.
Yeah, but
like,
I think you could
even
take
Black Widow.
out. No, I think you could just not watch Black
You-
Widow and you don't have to worry about. Well, no, now with the Thunderbolts.
No, you can't. You can't. Well, okay, yeah, because she was in Hawkeye, Yelena, right? And she's going to be an important character going forward. So you really can't.
Yeah.
Well,
The
yeah,
Incredible
yeah.
Hulk is a standalone.
That's like the
Incredible Hulk
only
in
really.
2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you don't include the post-credit scene, Black Widow is purely standalone. But
No, because
No, it's still
Taskmaster
not.
is going to be in the Thunderbolts.
Yelena,
Yeah.
Yelena.
Yelena and Red Guardian. There's no way. There's no.
And
All the Marvel movies that have come out, they're not standalone. They all connect to something.
Yep, it's like you can't miss anything without
Yeah.
risking.
But Buddy Love says the MCU lost its quality when Vivica Alonso was promoted to president of post
Victoria. Yeah, I mean Victoria Alonso is. Some of her comments are very like yikesy. Just the way that she's been like pushing. I mean, I blame a lot of the problems with the VFX on her. MCU. I really do blame Victoria Alonso for the VFX disaster that's happening at Marvel because she is doing a really, really bad job, and her whole philosophy. I mean, it's out there. She has, done interviews talking about this, where it's like it's mostly just about getting the product out. It really does not matter about the quality or if it's good,
Just an
right?
assembly line, just cranking.
It's just an assembly line, yeah. And I see why she got promoted, but look at what's happening, right? Like they need a serious. They need to do something with her. Yeah, I agree, George. She's super sus, super sus.
I heard that stuff with her. I was like, don't you think like Feige would, because he's more of the bigger president, like the bigger man in Marvel.
I'm sure now, like Ant-Man, I've said this, like I can't watch Ant-Man. It was very hard. Like I got a migraine watching it. The VFX, it's not that the VFX are just bad. It's like you can't actually look at it. It's very hard to look at. There's no depth. The cinematography is really bad. Like there's no good It's not that it's trippy. It's just amateur level bad, right?
Yeah, it's just like the editing.
Super bad. The editing is terrible. Like that's what I mean. Like when we talk about the movie is bad, I mean the filmmaking is crap. Okay, there's fucking kids that can make a better movie than that.
Yeah, there's so many holes in the plot that could have easily been fixed.
All right.
And don't get me started on freaking MODOK.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so no spoilers.
Okay.
Well, no, it's just my only problem is just that like now like I don't
What's
even
up
know.
with MODOK's ass? Why is MODOK's ass? In the
Yeah,
You're gonna have to watch the movie. It's a dumb joke.
Yeah. I mean, I like the movie fine, but I feel they just don't need to make everything. I know we're in this multiverse saga stuff, and that's fine. Like, when is the last time we have a standalone film with a new character? Like, outside of TV shows, obviously, but like next year we're getting Blade. And
But it's not going to be standalone because he's going to have other people in it.
Gosh,
True.
Yeah,
darn.
that's going to connect to a bunch of other things too.
I know.
See-
What's his name? Black Knight's going to be in the movie. At the very least.
And
He's at the very end of Eternals when the Black Knight
yes,
gets the blade.
Yeah.
The Ebony
yeah,
Blade. and then,
Blade is talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then in the comics, the Ebony Blade can kill vampires. So that's probably
Yes.
what Blade is going to get him. Like, hey, I need your help with that magical sword you got there.
Well, if Blade takes place in the past, it might be a different Black Knight, right? It's not going to be what's his name?
If it
Because
takes
that's
but
the
it might be
if.
it might take place in
Yeah.
both. There might be flashbacks with him with the old
Possibly.
Black Knight and then like him with the new one. Because Kit
Yeah.
Harington is in the movie, as far as I know.
They might.
Right.
I think that might be the only way to explain Black Knight is to show a previous version of him to make because people. I'm sure that Black Knight might be a confusing character
Well, what
if
they
you don't
could
know
do-
him.
I mean,
They-
Kang's a confusing character, and you see how it's going so far.
Yeah.
Well, I've always said Kang was a garbage character in the comics. I mean, we were talking about that the other night, me and Tony. It's like I just don't like this character. Very corny. He's always losing. It's not Thanos. Like Thanos had a good storyline, right? That is famous. Kang, sure, you could say Avengers Forever and all that stuff, but like that
Yeah,
was
that's not
years after. Yeah, even that wasn't even good. But that was years after, where it was like they had to like retcon and fix his character. He's not a good character, man.
Yeah,
telling
that's
you.
where it makes no sense.
But what I
Yeah,
can
it's
see
all over the place.
with the Blade movie, what I can see happening is it opens up with Blade and the original Black Knight fighting vampires. Maybe they defeat Dracula or he gets away, and then they flash forward. They go, 100 years later, and then Blade is talking to the new Black Knight, like, "Hey, I need your help. Dracula's back. You got the blade. You're the ancestor or the descendant of the guy. We got to go do the thing."
That's
And
probably
it's
what's
kind
going
of
to
like a buddy
happen.
movie.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Not everything needs to see. This is I'm more like this year. Guardians. I'm there day one. The Marvels I'm looking forward to, like I said, because of Miss Marvel.
Yep.
Because she's in it, Amani Villani. But I'm more interested in what DC has going on. Like Shazam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman. I'm a little more lenient.
Blue Beetle's still a thing?
Yeah.
Still thing.
No
Wait,
more.
isn't that supposed to be coming out soon?
No,
That's
in August. August
yeah.
is still a little bit away. Yeah.
Watch, we did a trailer because it's happening.
Is it going to be part of the DCU or?
Yes.
Should be.
Highly likely, yes.
Yeah.
It should be. But so yeah, I see that's the problem. I just think they kind of they're getting ahead of themselves. Like back at Comic-Con when they announced announced this brand new phase and stuff.
Mhm.
I was like, they announced like all this new stuff, but like, okay, like not gonna lie, I got excited at first, but then later on, I was like, that's a little concerning if you're already announcing all these movies coming out. Like, what if plans start changing like before Secret Wars?
Well, they already
Well,
did.
that's what's going to happen.
They
Yeah.
already changed because they moved back the Marvels. They said they're taking some of the shows and they turned them into movies. They did that with Armor War.
Arm Wars.
Mhm.
They pushed back the
Maybe talks
Which
about
cost
Doctor
ever.
Strange 3. Deadpool 3 is already that's why it's day one for me.
I have not
Spider-Man
watched a single
4.
Deadpool movie.
You've never seen any Deadpool movies?
I do not like Deadpool as a character.
I that's understandable. That's understandable. That's fine. Yeah. Because I agree. There's some Marvel characters who like if you read the comics, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not the same like the movies. Like there's genuinely a lot of characters you're like, I don't like this character, man. And Deadpool is definitely one of those characters that I can see people not liking.
I think part of why I don't like Deadpool is the internet has latched onto him so hard, and it's like so memey and all the like. He breaks.
He's
the fourth
annoying.
wall, he's so cool. He said chimichanga. I'm like, dude, it's not funny. I'm not 12 anymore. Just screaming random words is not funny.
The thing is, recently in the comics, I shouldn't even say recently. This is more like 5 years ago now. He was more. They were trying to make him a little bit more serious. Like he was jokey, but he was a little bit darker. But I like the Deadpool movies, but I'm not like a big fan of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. I think he's just really annoying, and he just lacks depth. Yeah, it's just he just says a bunch of jokes.
True, I can see why
Yeah.
people don't like Ryan Reynolds because he kind of plays. I think ever since Deadpool, he plays the same character, like in like Hitman's Bodyguard, Free Guy, all those other movies, and like he does play
Yeah.
the exact same character,
Character.
which
Yes.
I don't mind because I think I love Ryan Reynolds. He's really funny to me. It just depends the person who
The-
you're talking.
The thing is,
to.
Ryan Reynolds. There's a movie with Ryan Reynolds called Voices. I'm pretty sure it's called Voices, and it was like this dark comedy, and it actually worked when he's doing like darker, messed up things, and it's kind of fucked up. But
Have you seen
Deadpool
the
just
movie
says
Buried?
constant. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that
That
one.
was good.
But it's just constant joke after joke, and I really am not a big fan of Deadpool. Like it's like small doses you have to take because I did not like Deadpool 2. That was just a rehash of the first movie
I like Deadpool too.
with
Oh,
with a couple
I
of
was
things.
yeah.
I didn't like that.
That was Deadpool too. That was one of my most anticipated films of that particular
ha-
year. That was like
It has one good joke in it, the X Force and them dying, and then after that,
that one cracked me up.
I
I
really
was
like
I was in
the stuff.
stitches.
and the whole thing with Cable is another character who's super confusing. So I don't know if they're going to continue with that.
Yeah, I actually kind of liked what they did with Cable and Domino and Juggernaut. I thought that.
Domino was fine. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they kept her. But
All
yeah,
right, real quick.
Well, they should. They should.
56K warning says the best thing about Deadpool, it brought the best version of the Juggernaut.
You're not wrong.
saying much.
You're not
though.
wrong. Yeah, that's
saying
not
much.
And
saying
Bianca says,
Wow.
oh no, he's been playing the same character way before Deadpool. Yeah.
Yes,
Ryan Reynolds
that's what I
always
mean.
played Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds, yeah, that's why I find it annoying because he didn't do
He's
anything.
annoying in fucking Blade 3. Oh my god.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
They should. You know what? Know what they should do? In Deadpool 3, they should just go all out. They already got Hugh Jackman back. You might as well just bring in the Hannibal King as Ryan Reynolds as the Hannibal King again.
No, we don't need him back. No, we do not.
Well, I
He should
think
just
it'll
kill
be
the universe. Deadpool 3 should be Deadpool kills the multiverse, and he just kills all the different versions. Like, look, the MCU is the only one that's left. He just fucking killed the Fantastic Four, fucking killed the X-Men, killed all these guys. That's it. You're not getting any of these characters.
There's no way. There's no way 50K warning just said that in the chat. There's absolutely no way.
Deadpool and Kick-Ass is so good.
No.
This one.
White version of Denzel.
No way. No way. That you got to be on something.
Wow.
Denzel is top tier.
That's
Inside
an interesting
Man,
comment there.
Ain't no way. Yeah. No. That's a hot take. No way. No way.
I know I said I don't like Temple of Doom, but like, come on now.
You know, George, I like Detective Pikachu, but again, I wish it was voiced by someone else because he ruins that movie.
Oh yeah, that too.
See, I like that movie.
Should have
too.
been someone else.
See, when I first heard about that, number one, they're doing a Pokemon movie and they're doing him as a detective. I thought that was the most wackiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Why didn't you just do an authentic live action Pokemon movie with Ash? Like, why we?
Which I think I get why they don't want to do it because who wants that? But I ended up liking it.
This?
Why would you make a Pokemon movie, have Pikachu talk? Just make him say Pika Pika. That's it. That's all we need.
I know that's like based on a game. I know that's
in one movie.
I know that's based.
I know
on
he
game,
does, but still,
Detective Pikachu. But
loosely based on that game. Loosely based.
Yeah, loosely. But I still liked it. But I was like, I didn't want a Pokemon movie with Pikachu as a detective, played by Ryan Reynolds, which that was the most wackiest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. But I ended up liking the movie.
No more wacky than Vin Diesel playing Groot.
Oh well, yeah.
No. That's a bad one.
I mean,
no.
That one actually.
Well, if you're talking about
Vin Diesel, to me, is a better. He's a better voice actor. I don't know why they don't use him more. He's not a very good live action actor. He's very stiff and weird.
Yeah,
but when he's doing voices that fits the character, that plays to the strength, he should just be a voice actor, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was like what, Iron Giant and Groot, and
Mhm.
he was like, I
We
think
all
he
know that
was.
we wanted Danny DeVito to play Pikachu.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
I would have taken that. I would have taken that, to be honest. I gotta be honest.
The Rock as Pikachu.
Hell yeah.
No, my
no,
God.
no,
Did you
no.
just say hell yeah, Tony?
Hell yeah.
No,
The
I
rocket
haven't
shoot.
seen Super
The
Pets.
rocket shoot.
the
Oh,
rocket
God.
shoe.
What's being discussed, Beefy? We're just wrapping it up.
Rocka.
We're talking about Ryan Reynolds and why we all
Rocka.
hate him as an actor.
Oh, man.
Like,
I haven't even seen the Riddick movies, to be honest. I should watch those movies.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
those
those either. I've
movies
seen
are
the
good.
first one. It's not, what the hell is it?
Oh, Pitch Black.
Pitch Black. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's not that good. I don't know how they saw this. I'm like, yes, we're gonna spin this off. This is fantastic.
Well, isn't Vin
Franchise.
Diesel a producer on those movies? So it's probably that's why.
Yeah, it's probably
He just forced it through somehow.
Denzel Reynolds.
Damn.
God.
56 can be trolling. Them.
Oh my god.
Ryan Washington. There you go.
Oh, man.
Oh lord.
Do you find, gentlemen, have any other movie things you want to discuss tonight before we?
Oh, you forgot about the casting.
Yes, I did. There you go. See.
Yeah, because I wanted to say, because I'm a little bit pissed off because I know what they're gonna fucking do with this casting. I'm telling you, I'm making a prediction right here.
All right.
I know what they're gonna do with this casting.
What casting?
Who on earth is Stephen Yeun? Yeun?
Oh, that's the dude from The
Playing
Walking Dead.
Oh, that.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
So apparently
know.
he's going to join the cast of the Thunderbolts, and the role is a not small one.
Disclose. It's an important role. Well, the articles hints at what it could be.
I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think.
I think it is. I think it is, and I'll tell you why. Because he technically plays a character like this already.
So you're talking about he's being typecast?
He's being typecast, yes. But here's the thing, right? Because if Sentry is in this movie, right, and he's supposed to be the secret villain, then this would make sense to cast him because he is going to be invincible, but in live action until he turns into a villain. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to make that prediction right here. He's going to be exactly like Invincible, right? Mark in the comic and the show, right? He's going to be jokey. No one's going to suspect that he's the villain until the last minute of the movie where he flips and he becomes the villain. That's my prediction.
Oh my gosh,
What in the
you're
world?
right. His suit is the same color as Invincible. What the heck? I don't know who the heck Sentry is, but
So you think he's going to be Sentry?
I'm telling you, he's going to be Sentry.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Sentry
about this.
should not even
he was
be
going to
in
be
this
Braun.
movie. Sentry should not be in this movie.
I agree.
I don't think Sentry's way too powerful. There's nobody on the Thunderbolts on the roster that they have. They're all just punchy, kicky people.
They're not even the Thunderbolts. Like, if you're going to do the Thunderbolts, right, why didn't they do the twist that everybody likes? Everybody likes the twist from the Thunderbolts where they're like, oh, they're heroes, and then, oh my God, they're actually well-established villains, right? They're the master of evil.
Their version of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I hate this idea. I really hate this idea. I have no faith in this movie. I think it's going to be generic. It's going to be terrible. And I really don't say that for all Marvel movies, but just looking into it, I'm just like, I'll give it the benefit of doubt, but I just feel like this is going to be. I don't trust him with this.
Well, they say the character is going to be that is not only significant to the film, but could also play a role going forward in future films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I don't see him being the Sentry, to be honest.
Well,
I don't think the Sentry is going to be the villain in the movie. He's way too powerful. You would have to take him down so far in power just for the Thunderbolts to beat him. And he can't turn into the Void either, because that's even more powerful. Then you're like, oh yeah, Yelena's going to fucking shock him with her Black Widow sting, and that's going to destroy the Void. Like, come on.
No,
it's like way too.
I get your kind of concern. I was like, not a big fan of typecasting. Like just to cast Stephen Yeun just because he was in Invincible just doesn't make sense to me. Because like even like looking up the images online, like his costume is very like the colors just screams Invincible to me.
Well, the thing is, Sentry, like a lot of people misread Sentry. Like they always think, he's evil Superman. That's the takes I've been seeing. He's not evil Superman. Okay, that's like one of the most. Go read a comic with Sentry in it. That's not who he is. He has a low. He has. I mean, he's. The thing is, like anytime they have these types of characters, right, where they're flying and they have super strength and they have laser beam, they're always going to get compared to Superman. So like,
True.
I feel like if this is the case, you're gonna cast someone who is a good he's a decent actor. I like him in The Walking Dead. He was decent in Nope. He was probably the only good part in Nope in terms of acting wise. And he's a rising star. He hasn't done any big blockbuster movies, which is surprising, right? So if you want to do this whole it's Marvel Superman, right? Then you would cast him because he's already playing a character that is very similar to Superman, right? You just kind of take it's like almost like Omni-Man with Mark combined, and you're going to just get that in the MCU. That's what it's going to be, which I think is just if I can predict that and that ends up being true again, not going to like that. I'm not going to like that.
I was like, well, I mean, that's
I think he's going to play the cat.
I think he's going to play the cat.
Yeah, the cat. I don't know how to pronounce his Asian name, but there's a character that is basically like Shang-Chi, but an assassin. So I could see the character showing up as part of the Thunderbolts or maybe in an early mission and then going off into the Shang-Chi movie. Because him and Shang-Chi are supposed to be like rivals, but like they respect each other, but one's a mercenary, obviously, and the other one's a superhero.
Finbar has popped in the chat, so I guess that means we're going to have to do a second bet.
He's going to be Lin Lee, a.k.a. Swordmaster, Iron Fist, Blinded, No Way, Sentry. See, I don't think he's going to be Sentry either.
You guys all say he's not going to be Sentry. They're going to cast him. Trust me.
I just don't think Sentry's going to be in the movie. Like, he's way too powerful. If he shows up and the Thunderbolts beat Sentry, they just ruined the whole fucking character.
Yep,
That's what they're going to do, Tony. That's what they're going to
do. I don't know. I don't know crap about Sentry. I say
he has the power of a million suns. That's all you need to know.
Well, okay, we're so far into the MCU, we're just introducing characters I don't know shit about.
Sentry was okay. Sentry is technically on the Thunderbolts, but they're not really the Thunderbolts. They're the Dark Avengers, and they rebranded it to be the Thunderbolts because it's kind of the same premise as the original Thunderbolts. It's very confusing, okay? Marvel Comics is very confusing. It's absolute nonsense, okay? They should have just stuck with the original Thunderbolts, right? Or you do the Dark Avengers. You could call them the Thunderbolts or whatever, right? You could change out Norman Osborn and have Justin Hammer or whatever, right? Change out some characters, but they're still the same, right? Just evil versions of the Avengers. That would have been a better premise. That would have been a lot more interesting than just a bunch of super soldiers, right? But they want to do their Suicide Squad. So yeah, I'm just so pissed off at this movie. Such a waste of potential.
I mean, well, I have to wait and see. It's like this is the least I'm least like interested in this one to be honest. Like yeah, you got I like Florence Pugh, Yelena's in it. They're just a lot of these other characters I like. Isn't Red Hulk supposed to be in this movie?
Who knows?
But whether or not he turns into the Red Hulk is
but even if he turns into the Red Hulk, it still won't make sense for them to fight that. Like, come on now.
I don't even know.
Here's the thing: if he's playing Amadeus Cho, which was already introduced into the MCU technically, if they retcon that away and just say, "Hey, he's Amadeus Cho," it could be the storyline like in the comics where the Red Hulk shows up and they think it's the Hulk, right? And because Amadeus Cho is a Hulk. They attack him thinking he's the villain, and then it's actually Harrison Ford's Red Hulk that's the villain.
The thing is, I can't see him as Cho because we saw his mom. Yeah, he's too old. We saw his mom in Age of Ultron, right? And the actress, not that it matters, but the actress was the same age as Cho, this actor, right? Yeah, he's almost 40. He's definitely not Cho. There's no way.
Well, look
There's
at
no
the
way.
actor that played Amadeus Cho in the Hulk movie. So
I know he was. Yes, that is true. Yeah. I mean, but if you were going to retcon him, you would make him more comic accurate. No, why would you just
well,
go back to
that
what they
actor
already had?
already in Spider-Man, so they already retconned him out.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
So
but I mean, like, if you're going to retcon the character, you would make him more like the comics, where he's a bit younger, right?
yeah, I would put him a bit younger to put him on the young Avengers because you already got Hawkeye,
I don't know about that, but yeah.
American Chavez. Well, because I don't think they're gonna have the Hulkling. Like now, you're gonna really get into confusing. Like we're gonna have the Hulkling show up and because Wiccan.
Well, you would have. The thing is, Tony,
They're
if
dead.
you don't do Hulkling, people are gonna be pissed. People are gonna be really pissed because now you have Wiccan and then you don't have Hulkling.
But he doesn't exist, Wiccan.
Yeah, but if Wiccan it does exist, if he is in future movies, right? You
I don't
can't
think
have
he is. That's what I'm saying.
I think he is going to. There's no way. They're doing the Young Avengers. He's a staple of the Young Avengers.
You say that, and then you forget that they're doing the Thunderbolts, and they're
I
not.
know. Don't
They're
remind
bringing
me.
people in the Thunderbolts.
Stop. I'm telling you this stuff. Oh man, I like the
Tony, you
MCU,
just
but
stop being too nerdy with this. I'm sorry. This is my.
I try to like the MCU, but it's so hard when they just like do stuff like this. They're like, why?
Yeah. I mean, we're so far into this stuff. Like,
Finbar
see,
says I got
don't-
confused for a second. Was looking for a dude in a dude mask
Oh my god,
on the wrong channel.
wrong channel. Like, man, I don't read comics. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
like I don't know crap about the Thunderbolts. But
I stopped in like 2010.
No, yeah, I personally just looked at like the comments. I'm sure they're good. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're really amazing. It's just like when I see some of these on Twitter and like when they do some like dumb shit in there, like what is this weird like storyline? Even like the whole Spider-Man clone shit. Like what the fuck's going on with that?
How
Yeah.
much time do you have?
I'm just
'Cause
like,
there's so much.
yeah, I
No,
don't read
that's
comics.
understandable.
I honestly think he's going to be Shen Kui, the cat, because that's a character that can go up against both Chang-Chi and Iron Fist on equal terms. He would fit in with all the other characters. Like I said, all the other characters are punch kick, right? You got Taskmaster, Ghost, Yelena, even Red Guardian. None of them have any other powers but punching people in various forms.
Yeah.
So somebody who knows karate who could take them all, like, oh my god, this one guy took us all out, right? Like,
That's why they should have just been the Dark Avengers. What were they thinking?
I think, Tony, when you said that, I just misheard you wrong. When you said that Steven, you should play the cat, I thought you were talking about Goose from Captain Marvel.
That's what I almost thought you were
No.
talking about.
I was like, what? I was like, the cat? I thought you meant Goose.
That's funny. Now we need a crime fighting cat on the Thunderbolts,
well the
Just-
cat
just a
actually
normal
has a
cat.
It's a normal cat that he.
but it's got to be just a normal cat.
It is.
by
It's
himself.
100% normal black cat that he has.
But it's got to be a old red tabby cat. That's a lot funnier. See that punching the dude, beating the shit out of him, standing
We
on
already
2
got
feet.
what was it? The Hit Monkey. in Marvel
Hit
Comics.
Yeah, they actually removed the Marvel logo from that show.
Did they?
Which is weird. Yeah, because I think it's getting a second season, so they're like, oh, we can't have this associated with Marvel.
Oh boy.
Why? Do they think it's going to be what? Do they think people it's going to be? Oh, it's in the MC or whatever. Like that
Maybe.
sounds kind of silly. That's again, why are you trying to like get people to not be confused, but you're making them so confused? It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm. Our Marvel's the only Marvel.
Yeah, the only Marvel. Yeah, like it's a crime to not to have like different iterations of characters. No, the MCU is like they almost treat like the MCU like as actual part of our historical cultural.
It's like Sony saying now in
the zeitgeist.
association with Marvel. Can't say Marvel. Just say in association with Marvel. Like, okay,
Yeah, that's my see. This is my issue now. It's like everything needs to be in one place where it's okay to have different TV shows and stuff like that that are outside of that universe. Come on, like I'm sick of that stuff. Sick of it.
Right.
Rip.
I'm telling you, he's gonna play the cat. That's my guess.
Shoot, he should better be play Sentry. So Blinded Bro could be pissed off.
Look at that. Dude can kick Iron Fist's ass. Maybe he's playing Iron Fist. Who knows? They wanted an Asian Iron Fist.
Okay.
You never
At the
know.
rate we're going, I feel like Iron Fist will never appear in the MCU again.
You know what's funny though? The actor, Steven Yeun, he actually, if they didn't already cast a Namor, I'd be like, you know what? He probably could play a good Namor.
If they were going down that route, yeah, maybe.
So you're convinced, Sentry? I don't think, like I said,
Convinced.
it makes no sense in terms of
No
he is
sense.
so. Unless he plays the Sentry, right, and he doesn't actually turn into the Sentry yet, like they capture him, like he drinks the thing and then they beat him up and capture him, and then like he's in jail, like he's just like, haha, you thought he was the main villain, but we just locked him up, and he's gonna show up in the future MCU movies. But for
I
him
totally think the reason why and just another point, I feel like they're gonna do an Invincible movie, but they can't cast him, right? So I'm sure someone at Marvel watched Invincible and was like, "Oh, we should do this in live action before they do Invincible." But it just won't be gory, so it's like, what's the point then?
Well, I hope that Marvel gets the bug up their ass to say, hey, we could, while there's this big break in the DC, like we could just do the fucking Squadron Supreme.
They would mess that up too, but
like, look we got all the DC characters. You want a Superman? We have a Superman and a Batman.
Oh, brother.
and a Wonder Woman and Green Lantern.
Yeah. We got a Batman. Here's Moon Knight. We got Superman.
No.
Here's Sentry.
I'm talking about the Squadron Supreme, Blue Jay.
Oh,
they're literally
Yeah, they're analogs. Yeah.
Squadron Supreme.
Hyperion is Superman. Nighthawk is Batman. Power Princess is Wonder Woman. Dr. Spectrum is Green Lantern.
Spectrum. What the fuck?
They introduced the Blur. He's the Flash. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't the Blur. He was originally the Wizard. And
yes,
like,
yeah.
That sounds like a weird name. It sounds like he pees a lot. Let's make him the Wizard.
The Blur. Let me look that up.
Yeah, I think the Blur was recent though. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because they had a new event. It was kind of cool where it was like the Marvel universe, but as like the DC universe. So all the characters were like DC characters. So, but they were Marvel characters. Very confusing, but it was kind of fun.
Even the artwork looked like they're straight from DC. Like, it looks like this is done by Alex Ross. Like,
yeah, that was probably a cover or something.
Share the screen, Blue Jay.
Like, hold on. Let me even like the cover look kind of similar. Let me share the screen.
So we can see what we're looking at here. All right. Yeah, that's the original run of the Squadron Supreme. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that 12-issue run, Mark Grunwald's ashes are mixed in with the ink for the comic.
Shoot, the MCU is going to go and make that movie now.
I'm sure. I mean, wasn't there like a storyline with Kang and the Squadron Supreme? Or am I like?
Yeah, there was.
Okay.
At one point, the rumor. Remember, the rumor was that Henry Cavill was going to play Hyperion, and he was going to be for Kang.
Super Scooper.
Britain.
I didn't start that rumor.
I thought Super Scooper talked about it though.
He did. Super Scooper. Yeah. He's got all the inside track. He's got James Gunn's phone bugged.
Oh man.
Hey, he almost predicted Superman, Man of Tomorrow, but it turned into Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. He was close.
Sure. Sure, you did.
Go look.
You got to bring it back.
It says on Twitter, it says James Gunn's going to announce Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Batman, not Cape Crusader. No, yeah, Cape Crusader, and then Wonder Woman, Queen of the Amazons. So he was close. There was a Wonder Woman thing about the Amazons. There was a Batman that had a little subtitle in it, and it was Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, not Superman.
Mm-hmm. Retcon.
You know, when you bug a phone, sometimes you get a little static and you don't hear things quite right. So, bring back Finn Jones to have him killed.
Oof.
He wants to see the Asian Iron Fist beat up Danny Rand. Well, I still don't think it's going to be a Sentry. I know the rumor was that the Sentry's showing up in Ice. Unless, even with the Abomination on the team, that supposedly he's going to join the team, right? Like, there's still nothing that says, oh, they could take on. Like, maybe if they had Ares on the team or something, then you're like, okay, that's possible. But, like, this is Superman level hero, and these are, like, all, like, fucking Daredevil level superheroes.
Yeah.
It doesn't make no sense. You guys got anything else before we wrap it up? I think 2 hours is good.
No. I think that's a pretty concise time. That was a pretty good topic, pretty good stream.
So I think it went pretty well for our first go. If you guys want to make this a regular thing, let me know. If the viewers want us to make this a regular thing, let me know. Whether we do this weekly or every couple of days or whatever, we'll figure something out, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice talking to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun talk.
It's nice to talk about movies and not like drama. And
yeah. Oh yeah. That's like,
Yeah.
wow. Who would have thought that could be possible?
And you know, I love nerding out about comics and just dropping all these obscure comic facts.
Yeah.
Finbar is probably screaming at the TV right now. He's like, I want to get in there on the Marvel talk. He says this movie talk stream is awesome. I don't know why nobody else thought of it before. I know, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that do movie talk streams, but it's not actually about the movie. It's about like other people's opinions on movies or like other people's criticisms of movies. We actually talked about movies and discussed why Lightyear was a shitty movie, even though Blinded loved it for some reason.
It came out on my birthday. Shush.
That's the reason.
So sorry.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if anyone else is going to be here with me, but I'll definitely be back tomorrow to do something. Who knows? Video games, wrestling. We might conquer every niche genre here on YouTube. I think we're going to have a knitting stream on Wednesday. Look for that.
No, man.
Coming for you, knitters.
Oh, bye.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.